How's it going, everybody? Nikki D here. Quick update video on my TimeLeft review. So if you're not aware, I did a video on TimeLeft. Hopefully we have that somewhere on screen. And did one late last year. And the idea of TimeLeft is you're going to go out for a dinner with a bunch of strangers, okay? You're going to go out for strangers, you're going to have some dinner, and that's it, right? Pretty cool, pretty straightforward. I apologize, by the way, my voice is a little hoarse, so I'm trying to keep it to a low roar for this evening. So anyway, I wanted to make an update video. I've had a few people in person I've talked to actually give it a go, and just overall thoughts, because I never really did after the fact. I kind of talked about it a bit on the way home, but I never talked about like after the I don't like the honeymoon period. Okay. So just to really recap real fast, I went out, so I paid for this. It's a paid service. It matches you with a couple people based on kind of anything, honestly, but I think it's probably like age range, nationality. So we had a pretty diverse table, honestly. Like a woman was from Dubai, it's like, okay, that's cool. You're from here. Everybody was around the same age, so it's easier to relate, it's cool. Okay. And there were two tables, and I talked about it, that my table I thought was pretty good. And then I actually joined the second table, for a little after party drinky poo. I just got some water. Actually, I didn't get water at all. I think I had nothing. Just left. But I still joined them anyway. I knew a guy at the second table, and I joined them. And I thought it was pretty good. I walked home. I made a quick update in the video. It's at the end of the video, and I talk about it, and I just say, I was in the kind of in the honeymoon. I was like, listen, I really liked this. I thought it was pretty cool. However, I have simmered. It's been a while. It's been a few months. It's actually surprising it's been that long. And I gotta say, I don't think I'd ever do it again. I really thought it wouldn't be a bad idea for traveling, but you actually have to pay for that feature, which is just more money. And on top of that, you're paying for tickets, right? So I forget what I paid at the time. I mean, it's in the original video, but it was like basically about $20-something for a ticket. And then on top of it, you're paying the restaurant for whatever you get. So, an entree nowadays, I mean, let's just say it's like $25, right? And that's, let's even be more generous, and we'll say that's a drink and everything included. So, I mean, you're looking at like pretty much like $50, right? Where like, I go to a restaurant on my own. I'm going to look for something pretty darn cheap, but you're paying like additional money on a ticket for the ability to go, which is a bit much, So again, like, I think it's like a one kind of time thing, and I think that would be it. And that's where I'm at. The after party thing is what I want to talk about more or less in this update. Because I recently just joined the random group chat from Reddit on Instagram. We'll see how that goes. Furthermore, we started a little group chat from TimeLeft on Instagram for the second table, and people were gonna like keep in touch. We're gonna do some stuff. I think it's a great foundation to do that, because then you could be like, well, I've already met you guys, let's do another dinner, right? And then people could just do the dinner like in the group chat. You don't have to pay anything except obviously at the restaurant, so you're not paying the $22 every single time, right? But yeah, that being said, so pretty much right after we started the group chat, I actually have it here. So it's been inactive for 12 weeks. So this pretty much tells you how long it's been. But I'm going to just quickly read, I want to reference it on the side. So yeah, this was back in like October, like late October. So we did a group chat. There was like a bunch of likes and stuff on it. Like, where some guy like Peter, this guy named Peter, was like, hey, like, really good to meet everybody. Thanks, whatever. Everybody was like giving a thumbs up. And the guy that I knew was like, hey, by the way, my birthday's coming up in a few days. Would anyone, like the next day or something, he's like, would anyone like to get together? Let's go for dinner, right? Let's do that. Let's go for dinner. And it was actually quite depressing. Because only one person really responded, and they were like, I'm tied up, whatever. And he's like, hey, thanks for letting me know. I was around. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, man. Like, and I know him already. So I was like, listen, I'll do that. And someone else responded, I think I might be available. And that was it, right? That was it. It was just the two of us. Which is perfectly fine. But it's funny that it's like, 8 people in this group that are all saying they want to link up and then never did. It went on to Halloween, where someone was like, happy Halloween. And then went to December 3rd, and somebody was like, hey, like, the initial guy was like, thanks for coming. He's like, how's it going, people? What's going on? And it's just like these really superficial like responses. There's really not that many, to be honest, but it's just like, how you doing? And it's like, good, thank you. And it's like, great. right? Like, that's what I mean. You don't know anything about these people. After the third, multiple people just started leaving. And I'll be following them here shortly. I just wanted to reference that on the side before I do that. So, yeah, I think that was a big problem. My group was in particular turmoil because you have to like the profile, like the other person's profile. And I liked their profiles, and then they never liked me back, so I couldn't, like, match them to say anything. So the only person that I could, which was one of the people at my table, I messaged her on Telegram, or I think it might have been WhatsApp, and we had confirmed that. I matched her on there and said, hey, like, I'll hit you up if you still want to, like, we can get the group together, because we were going to do the same thing. She said, yeah, that'd be awesome. And then I just never heard anything, and I messaged her and was like, hey, just said hi to you, and she just read it and said nothing. So I think a big thing about this update is just, like, the follow-up of people at your table, I think, will be very, very hit or miss. I personally, like, obviously didn't have much. I'm just going to hold this thing. It's just, I don't want to mess with it right now, but it's trying to fall down. But yeah, I just don't have, like, a lot of patience for that. You know, I know an Australian guy that has said this before, and I've credited him to it. It's like, you know, if you're going to make plans, like, actually, let's make them, right? Don't just say you're going to make plans and then just never do them. Actually, like, follow through. And I think that's a big problem with this this app, you know, in particular, is you're going to meet people at the table, and I think a lot of people are going to be very flaky. They're just going to say stuff, like, they're just going to be like, oh, yeah, like, I'd love to do that. And then you'll never hear from them. You know, I was like, oh, like, I run board games every week, and this guy was like, man, I'd love to join. That'd be sick. Like, my wife and I love board gaming. Never heard from him, right? And I think you have to set your expectations based on that. You're like, there is a pretty good chance that that's going to happen. You're just not going to hear back. And then I think it ruins the feeling out of the meeting, right? Because you're like, well, I'm just going to go meet another group of people. I'm going to propose a group chat, and then nothing's going to happen, right? You know what I mean? And it's really sad too, because in the group chat I was reading here, it's the one guy, like, trying to get something going, even a conversation. You know, it's the one guy, and you can see, like, a lot of people say something, but they don't really mean it, because it's like, well, I'd love to hang out. I'd love to do that. Like, I'd love that. Let's do it. And then when you're sitting there like, hey, how's it going, everybody? Like, what's going on? Like, you're kind of, you know, here we go, right? You're just getting dead air. So that's it. That's the update. So yeah, I don't think I would ever do it again. I personally, now that I've kind of simmered and, like, sat it out, I think it's a waste of money. But that's it's one guy's opinion. All right. Thanks for watching. It's just right depressing. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.